Welcome to Buffzone for Week 10 of the Colorado football season. It's actually game number 9 for the Buffs as they come off the bye week last week. Colorado ranked number 21 in the Associated Press top 25 rankings and number 20 in the coaches poll. The Buffs at 6-2, 4-1 in the Pac-12. They're leading the Pac-12 South Division. Now, coming off the bye week, they do have a huge stretch coming up. 4 games left in the regular season, 3 of them at home. And the Buffs talked about coming off the bye week and then the big stretch they have coming up and kind of how they're in a title race for the first time since joining this conference.
I think being ranked is also going to give extra incentive to teams to come out there and give us their best shot. And so each game is critically important. Each game is, like I always say, a championship game because destiny's in our hands, and each team is going to come out and try and win, especially 3 out of 4 games at home with the rest of the season. And they're just very important games, and the ability or the opportunity is before us. I think I was talking to Kenneth and a couple other guys in stretch lines a couple of days ago, and I was like, usually during this time of the year we're playing for pride, and now we've got something to play for. And it's a great feeling, and it just adds a lot more intensity to practice, a lot more focus, and just the need to go out there and succeed and show up every week.
We're in the heavyweight battles is what we wanted to be in. So we're there now. And so now we got to go perform in the heavyweight fights. And so the kids are excited about it. I'm excited about it. So now we just got to go do it. Again, like we say, we just got to do what Colorado does and not worry about everybody else. And when they show up to play, we got to show up to play and get one more point somehow. So, yeah, they're excited about it. And we say welcome to the fight every day because every day's a fight in life. We parallel it to life and to football. And so I think they're getting it.
This week, the Buffs will take on UCLA here at Folsom Field on Thursday night at 7 p.m. UCLA struggling this year at 3-5 overall, 1-4 in the Pac-12. The Bruins come in having lost 3 games in a row, so they are really struggling. They've had a lot of injuries this year, particularly at quarterback, where Josh Rosen, their talented sophomore and potential first-round NFL draft pick at some point in the future, looks like he's done for the season with a shoulder injury. They've turned to fifth-year senior Mike Foffel, who before this year had only thrown 6 passes during his career. So he's obviously inexperienced, but has played the last 3 games, started the last 2, and he's thrown for a lot of yards, thrown for a ton of passes. He's also been picked off 8 times, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. But the Buffs talked about facing Foffel as opposed to Rosen this week.
He has really played well last week. And each week that he's played since he came in, because we've watched all the games, of course, he is making all the throws. He's doing a lot of good things. He's an older kid. He's a 5th-year senior, but he also went to prep school, so he's an older, mature guy. I guess he's around 23 years old probably after doing all that. So he is made a lot of plays, and their offense has changed a little bit with him. And it's been interesting to watch what they've done. And they threw the ball a ton. They've got great skilled athletes to get the ball in space. The young man Mike can get the ball out of his hand quick and easy. He can make all the throws, so it's going to be extremely tough for us.
Regardless of who plays quarterback for UCLA, the Buffs will look to stop the run first. That's what they look for every single week. And this week against UCLA, it's going to be huge. The Bruins are last in the country in running the football. So the Buffs should have a good matchup there with that defensive front that they've had with Jordan Carroll, Josh Tupou, Samson Kafavalu. Their linebackers have played great against the run. This should play right into CU's hands, or it could anyway. But the Buffs talked about being able to stop the run and how that should benefit them as they go into this week against the Bruins.
Yeah, studying them on film this week has been kind of everywhere, I'd say. They do a lot of different things, and at the beginning of the year, they were pretty balanced, and as the years progressed, they've kind of become more one-dimensional. But as far as what I think they're going to do, I think they're going to come out the game early and try to establish the run like they did against Stanford. They came out in 13 personnel and tried to pound the ball at the start and had a little bit of success. They tried the same thing against Utah. Didn't go so well. So I think they're going to try to establish the run early. And if we can fill our holes and let our secondary play how they play, I believe that we have the best secondary. So if we force them to pass, then I don't think they have a chance.
For the Buffaloes, this is a huge game as they come home and they want to protect their home field. That's been a big point of emphasis for Coach Mike McIntyre as he has taken over this program. They are 3-0 here at home, 4-0 in the state of Colorado this season, and with 3 of the next 4 at home, the Buffs know it's important. They've got to protect that home field and hold serve here at Folsom Field.
It's just a real exciting feeling, going out the tunnel, running behind Ralphie, seeing the stadium packed, just all that atmosphere gives you so much excitement wanting to play here. And it's just something about being in Folsom for us gives us that extra boost. And we as a team, we never want to lose in Folsom. Folsom's our home turf, and that's something we take pride in. We actually have a lot of respect for.
So we make sure when people come into Folsom, they're not going to beat us. You know what I mean? Like, we have the altitude to our advantage. We have a great support system with our fans and stuff like that. And it just makes it hard for teams to come in here and try to beat us and stuff like that. So, we just have that mindset that no one can beat us when they come into Folsom. We're going to keep that going.
Before we let you go, we got to highlight our Buff of the Week, and this week decided to go with Isaiah Oliver, the sophomore cornerback. We know him as a track star as well, doing some great things in the decathlon during the spring, but he's also having a great season playing football and playing defensive back. Obviously, Chidobe Awuzie and Akello Witherspoon are the top corners on this team, but they play so much nickel that Isaiah's on the field a lot, and he's had a great season learning under those guys, but holding his own as well, and he is our Buff of the Week.
Yeah, definitely feeling a lot more comfortable in comparison to last year. It's a lot more fun getting out there on the field a lot more, and then just with this older group of guys, the senior in the secondary and everything, they've been able to bring me along, so it's been going really well. Oh, it makes all the difference in the world, just being able to watch Cheeto and Akello in practice, and then being able to have Tedrick Thompson and Afalabi behind me calling the calls as safeties and everything. I mean, it makes you a lot more comfortable out there on the field because you know that, if you do mess up, they're always there to help you and get you back up and make a play for you, so it helps a lot.
Well, that'll do it for us this week, and we'll be back next week as we talk about the Buffs' final road trip of the regular season as they head to Arizona next week.